starting at right tackle and Matt line up kind of next to you. What's behind? What does your role change at all right there?
Not really from a technique or assignment standpoint. It's just now we have a tackle playing tight end.
What's that? I mean, when the coach presented it, obviously jumbo packages, a lot of teams have them. They have the overstocked line to one side or the other. So, do y'all enjoy that as offensive linemen? Y'all can get more guys in there and be maybe a little bit more dominant?
Yeah, obviously we like it because we like to establish the line of scrimmage as an offensive line. So when you have more offensive linemen, you establish more of the line of scrimmage. But it's just kind of one of those schematic things that the coaches like to throw in, and we just do what they tell us to do.
What's changed these last 2 weeks? The rushing numbers are really up.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been, as an offensive line, doing a good job all year. I think these past 2 games, we've ran the ball a lot of rushing attempts, so we have a lot of rushing yards. I wouldn't say anything's changed. We still come and practice hard every single day since, as long as we've been here, so it's not like, anything's changed. It's just it's been working out well.
But it seemed like for a couple weeks there, Nick was sort of criticizing you guys for the inconsistencies along the offensive line. Have you guys cleaned some things up? Any tweaks or anything like that?
Not specifically. We're just doing the same thing we've been doing.
As an offense and an offensive line specifically, are you guys doing anything to prepare for the crowd noise at Kyle Field? I know it'll be your first time playing there. Have you guys done anything in practice to prepare for that?
We always account for it, and Kyle Field's a great stadium. It's a hostile environment that we're gonna have to be prepared for. So we always have plans with our communication that how we adapt for a louder environment. So we'll be ready for it.
There's a lot of talk about since the blowouts, they've allowed the younger players to play, but that jumbo package too, it allows Jedrick to get in for meaningful snaps. Just how important is that for him?
I think it's important. So you don't really have any jitters when it comes to playing in a game and being on the field. You can just execute the technique the same way that you do in practice. So it's definitely good for him to get out there and get reps.
Coach Saban talk at all about some of the penalties from the last game?
He did, yeah. That's something that we want to avoid. Penalties, especially before the snap, because those are avoidable. And there's a million different things that are, that cause that. And so we just kind of have to, be sure to eliminate those.
What's it like as an offense and you scored 118 points in 2 games and the head coach wants to talk about penalties?
I mean, that's what we do, I know Rashawn said something about that. How would you rate the defense's performance? A 5 out of 10. And it's not that, we don't think we're doing a good job. It's that we know how much better we can do because there's so many different things on every play. And I don't think anyone in the history of football has ever done every single thing right. So we try to push it as close to that as possible. So we watch the film and, the first thing that stands out to me is little technique things that, I might be doing wrong or someone else might be doing wrong. And, if we just improve those, we can be marginally that much better. And I think that's the way we look at it is what can we do, not what have we done.
Why haven't you guys played that perfect game yet?
I know. I'm so disappointed in myself.
It seems like just about everyone's gotten a touchdown so far. Are you asking for the ball yet?
That would be nice. I don't know.
Do you guys get especially jazzed when, a defensive lineman is in the backfield, that kind of thing?
You mean all our goal line packages
Yeah.
and that type of thing? Like we're talking about with the other jumbo packages, it's we like to establish a physical tone and establish a line of scrimmage, and bringing in guys like Duran and those types of guys to help establish that. It's always something that we can rally around.
Well, Womack's actually eligible on that play, right? The jumbo package?
Still number 77, right?
He's got to change the number. Oh, that's right.
I'm not all about that either. I don't think we're throwing the ball.
How would you assess the offense just through these first 5 games and any specifics you think you guys can improve on, just as a whole unit?
It's like I was just saying that I'm proud of what we're doing. I think we're doing a good job, but because that's what we say, we're always like, we can do this better, we can do this better, we can eliminate penalties, we can be more consistent, we can do that, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're doing a bad job.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes it gets kind of misconstrued when it's like, we need to do better at this. It's like, yeah, we need to get better at rushing, but we're still rushing 315 yards a game, but it's something we can get better at. And so I mean, there's not anything specific that I think it's like, this is a problem, this needs to be cleaned up. It's just that we can get better in everything that we're doing, and that's kind of what we plan to do going forward.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
I'm going to copy Rashawn, I'll say 5.
You guys.
was kind of an issue early on this season. You know, Nick was critical of kind of how y'all pass protected. So, but obviously that's something y'all have cleaned up, you know, last few games. So, what has changed there? Have y'all like focused more on certain technique, or what has changed that's allowed you to be better pass protectors?
A lot of things early on are kind of nitty-gritty schematic things that, you know, identifying defensive shells, who the mic is, who's working to where. So it's not necessarily just getting beat and saying that, you know, that type of thing. So, you know, cleaning up communication, that type of thing has been helpful. We've got a really great, talented front, and we play a lot of great, talented fronts, so it comes down to, you know, communicating and, you know, getting all the calls right and taking the best technique possible.
We always hear about how the quarterback and maybe the skill players need to get on the same page with the coordinator, but how have you and the rest of the offensive line adjusted to Brian Daboll's play calling stuff?
I think we've adjusted well, and he's adjusted well for us. You know, we try to clean things up every week, and also game plan, obviously, for every opponent we play. And I think that we do a good job of, first of all, they do a good job of creating the plan and catering it to us. And then, you know, in all of our meetings and practices, we kind of, you know, learn it. And specifically, there's things each week that we need to do. And I think that we've done a good job of locking in on those things and making the specific corrections from the previous week and the adjustments for the next week.
Are you able to go to him and say, hey, Coach, I saw this, maybe we could do it this way, or do you just take all that stuff to Coach Key? How's that work?
I just take all the stuff unless there's like a conflict where I'm like, this won't work in this situation, or this looks weird to us, so we'd be confused in that situation. They're good about reacting to that. I'm not really gonna go up to him and tell him, you know what I mean, that type of thing. It's not my place.
Yeah.
They always put out a great plan every week, so we just learn it.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
Thank you.